Are you anything like me and have a hard time finding a nice masculine card? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to create a beautiful masculine card using a Cling stamp set Beautiful World by Stampin' Up. Coming right up. Welcome guys to my creative corner. This is Claudette, where I create projects using ink, stamps, papers, mixed media, and a whole lot of embellishment. So if you're new here to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon, so you could be notified when I upload my latest videos. So let's get into creating our project. We're going to create this card today, and I'm going to show you 2 additional cards at the end of the video. So I'm going to show you the supplies that I use. So the stamp set Beautiful World comes with coordinating dies, and those coordinating dies is called World Map dies, and you get 10 pieces. So these are the dies that comes with the set, and when you run them through your die cutting machine, this is what they look like. So you have 2 globes for the different sides of the world. You have the 2 holders. You have a circle. This circle I think is 1 3/4 of an inch. You have some script. You could emboss some script. You have some a feather and some ink and a little swirly design, as well as this design right here. So that's nice on, like, if you want to have colors peeking through, that's a nice design to use there. So it also comes with an embossing folder that makes the paper look like old leather. And this is the look that it gives, that old leather look. Isn't that beautiful? So Stampin' Up revamps its colors every year, and they bring in 5 new colors, and they take out do away with 5 of the older colors. So I'm going to be using 3 of those new colors. This is like a mustard color, and they call it the Bumblebee. This is they call this cinnamon cider, and this is a blue, and isn't this beautiful? Misty moonlight. It is really gorgeous. So those are the cardstock. So let's go ahead and get into our project. So I'm going to be using basic gray for the base of our card. And this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored down the middle at 5 1/2. I'm going to try to post all this information over on my blog, MsPuffCreativeCorner.com. So what we're going to start out with that Bumblebee, that mustard color. And this piece of cardstock is measuring 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, and this is in inches. All my measurements are in inches. And we're going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment, and I'm going to use Adventure Awaits. I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to use my Stamparatus with this, so I could get this as dark as I would like. And I am going to be using a chocolate color on this for the ink. I'm going to try to have that in the middle. That looks about right. And that chocolate color, recall that early espresso. I'm just going to lay the stamp set right back here to give me some support when I'm inking my stamp up. I'll go ahead and ink this up. And the Stamparatus is nice because if you miss a spot, or if it's not dark enough for you, you could go right over and it stay in the same spot. So that color is a bit light, so I just want it a little richer. So I'm going to re-ink and stamp that again. And this is the beauty with the Stamparatus. I'm going to restamp it one more time. Because when you use your clear block, you know, you can't really get in the exact same spot to restamp it. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So next up, what I'm going to do is get a globe. And I have the circle in mossy meadow green. And I cut out the globe in the cinnamon cider color. And we're going to glue those together. And also I just have my glue in this fine tip bottle, so it's nice for intricate dies like this, so you just get a little spot. And also what you could use is your sponge along with your silicone mat and sponge your glue on as well. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto my mossy meadow green. And also just try to work with glue that doesn't dry sticky and it dries clear. And so once we get that on, before we glue that down to this cardstock, I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper and put my Stamparatus on the side. And we're going to add a little character to this. We're going to take our Stampin' Right marker, and this is in Early Espresso. And I'm just going to spritz a little bit of color on that. And my daughter was saying it looks starry, and I do agree, it does look starry. So let's see, I'm just going to zoom this in a little bit to see if you could see the little spritz on there. All right, so when you spritz it to your liking, then we're going to come back in with our globe and we'll glue that there to the corner, left upper corner. And the glue that I have within this bottle, it's the Art Glitter Glue. And I got this from Amazon. And it dries clear and it does not dry sticky. So I'll have a link down below in the description if you're interested in getting that. As well as these little bottles, I got these inexpensively on Amazon. So once we have that glue down, then we're going to come in with our ribbon. And I got some beautiful ribbon here, and that's also in the Early Espresso. It's a faux suede trim, and it's really nice to touch. All right, so our ribbon is about 8 inches long, and we're going to be creating a faux knot ribbon. And I saw another crafter, I think her name is the Cow Whisperer, that did this design, this technique. So you're just going to take, whether it's a pen, it depends on how big you want your bowl, something that's circular, and then you're going to take your two ends and you're going to bring one underneath like this and then tighten it. And this one that you went underneath with, you're going to continue to go under. Take that and you go under and come through this way. And then we're going to go ahead and pull that off. And then I want it more there on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the tip of it. So I'm just going to cut this. And then there you have your bow, and then I'm just going to straighten that out. And I'm going to take some Scotch tape and tape the ends to the back. I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and straight and tight, snug. If you guys are getting creative value from this video so far, go ahead and hit smash the like button for me. So then we have our bow right there. So next what we're gonna do is go ahead and put some gems on top of that, and then we have these gems on, these beautiful green and clear, and these comes in two different sizes. It's called Flowers Forever Season Gems, but they're gorgeous. So we're going to use the clear one, and the clear ones are nice because then it matches with any color. So I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I am going to get out a couple of these gems. I'm going to put one of the bigger, so it comes in two sizes. I'm going to put one of the bigger ones here, and these do not have any adhesive to the back, so you're going to have to add your glue. So I'm just going to position them where I would like at first, and before I add my glue, and I just maybe take one more small one and put one here. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is take my glue. Okay, so you want to add glue that's going to dry clear. Stock here. So next what we're going to do is bring in the cinnamon cider. This is measuring 3 3/8 by 3 5/8. So you're going to put that your piece of cardstock through in your embossing folder, and you're going to run that through your embossing machine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue this down to the base of our card. So we're going to get some glue. We're going to add it to the back of our cardstock, and then you have to decide which side you want when you have your embossing folders. One is indented and one is protruding out. And the one that's bumpy and protruding out is the one that I'm going to have up. So I'm going to stick that down to the lower right hand side. Then I am going to come in with the mustard color and glue that down on top. Next, what we're going to do is do the inside of our card. So I have the Whisper White, just some white cardstock. This is measuring 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I am going to go ahead and stamp a design in the inside. And I am going to be using the feather with the ink. And I'm going to continue with the Early Espresso ink. In this right lower corner, I am going to go ahead and stamp that ink bottle. And then right above it, I am going to stamp the feather. That came out pretty nice. I'm happy with that. So I'm just not going to put any sentiment or greetings in the inside. Like I usually leave mine blank, so when the occasion arises, I could stamp that per the occasion. So we're going to go ahead and glue that onto the inside of our card. Always double check, make sure you're gluing it to the right half. And I'm making sure I have an equal amount on either side and to the top and then to the bottom. And that's why I like working with the wet glue, because you have time to move your work around. So these are the cards that we created, and I think they are really handsome cards, don't you think? And these are the other two cards that I created. They're just, this is nice, simple, clean lines. I used the Misty Moonlight Blue as well as the Cider Cinnamon and some white. And the white really makes it pop. And then with this one, I used the Cinnamon Cider and the Misty Moonlight Blue, as well as some gold foil and the and Mossy Meadow Green. And I put the strap here to create a buckle, like a belt buckle. And it's an awesome stamp set, and the coordinating dies and the embossing folder is not only great for men, but graduation, you have retirement, and it's excellent. This would be excellent for scrapbooking. I hope you guys got creative value out of this tutorial. If so, please hit the like button, and if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you could be notified when I upload my latest videos. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, this is Claudette.